Welcome back to Control, episode 42. We're up here back in Central Research next to Dr. Darling's office, looking out over those big trees. And Dimensional Research is hidden right back here. It magically becomes available at some point. Maybe it's been available the whole time, I don't remember. Either way, let's go see what it has to say for itself. Once again, we got some of these marvelous fire breaks. I don't know whether these actually are loading zones, or they're just handy ways to have Trench mumble at me. But either way, they're very stylish.
Dimensional research.
So what he's saying is that the Ashrae Maze is here. Ashrae Maze is famous. It's the maze. It's the thing people remember about this game.
Contact the janitor if you need to get through.
Which is a shame, because it is amazing, and there should be like 8 of them.
We need to find Ati.
We're not going to be doing it today, because there's some stuff to do first, and I'm not actually sure whether or not I'm allowed to record a playthrough of the maze. It has music in it, and it could very well be that YouTube will garrote me and throw me in a river if I try. But this is what it looks like without the music. The walls rearrange themselves, and you can try and push it, you can try and get through as fast as possible or something. But the maze is built specifically to make your life miserable. It might be glitchable, I haven't tried. But either way, you're supposed to wait until Ati tells you you can go through. So we're going to go visit Ati. He is down in maintenance. I did a little bit of baddie hunting, but previously I tried this, and then I accidentally fell off an edge because I was adjusting my glasses, and it glitched out the game. So I'm not sure what we've done and what we haven't done. We'll find out. Again? This is the 4th time I've defeated Cho. I think I've glitched him into permanently appearing forever.
Ranger buddies. I should find the others.
I'm not sure how many times that person will reappear. He might be permanently glitched. Whatever, it's fine. Golly, I wonder what has information about his whereabouts. Do you think it's that flashing thing? So, over here we've got some side quests. I've taken these side quests 4 times now. I may have damaged the saves by falling off that cliff.
Now this boy left, said the son of Annikki Tähti. My assistant will keep work in the glove and the house standing. Lomille lomps, holiday humps.
How can anyone even get out of here while the building's sealed? Let alone go on a holiday.
So Ati went on the holiday that he promised to go on, and we're going to chase him down. This area is fairly interesting because it has these hallucinogenic overlays on top of relatively ordinary areas. And you can see there's like 40 or 50 seconds per side quest where they just show you the name and make sure that you absolutely know that 15 minutes ago you got a side quest. Thank you. So here we are in the maintenance tunnels back here, and it's going to be a very boring ride architecturally, but there are some fun things about it because they do pop in hallucinations to sort of let you know which way to go, and that is actually visually very interesting. Having to fight one of these dudes in this kind of area where there's not really any cover or interesting things to do is not terribly fun. It's not difficult, it's just kind of boring. I know there's one more of you. Exciting. So you can see what I'm talking about. Architecturally uninspiring. These are really, really dull tubes. These are just like the genericest tubes. But we see some Ahti hiding in the background, and that works pretty well. So I think that you can get through this door now from the other side, from the maintenance in NSC, but I don't really remember. My recommendation to you is just don't fall off, because I went over here and I was like, I gotta adjust my glasses, and I immediately died, which really wasn't very wise. So my recommendation is not to do that, but instead maybe just go across directly. Because that entrance through oh, I guess we're not supposed to come here. Oh, it's down there. I see it. Because that entrance through the, what do you call it, the painting, only shows up once. After that, if you fall off here and go back to the janitor's office, you won't find... Oh, well, no, maybe you will. Maybe you will. I won't, though. For me, it resets the game. And I lose a massive amount of progress. Anyway, here we are in this new area. We're looking for Ahti. We got lots of hints and stuff. We got some classic setups here. We got a small room off to one side that's very brightly lit, and then a large, darker area. That's a good way to do it. Classic approach. If you don't want the player to notice anything. This plays music that you can't hear because YouTube. Here's some loot, though. As far as I know, that's just a save point. I don't think it rearranges any sort of hiss scenery. I'm not a fan. Okay, so you know how I normally say I love it when hallways just have one bright light at the end? I'm not a fan of this one. This one comes off as really anemic. In order for that one bright light at the end of the hall to really work for me, it's got to have something to play with. It's got to have some kind of contour, some kind of steps or something. It can't just be a lens flare.
Mold's gotten in here too? All right. Let's get cleaning, she said.
So there's a nearly limitless number of these mold folks down in here. And they can crawl up from behind you, as you can see. If we weren't cheating, we would have had to start again. There's a lot of them. And they just keep coming basically forever. It's not the most fun part of the game, and it's a big reason why the mold side quest remains my least favorite. You can also hear... Ooh, there are still some more bad guys, despite it claiming there weren't. Where's the mess? Is that it? Oh, there's one more. Okay. As you can see, that wasn't terribly fun, but we could hear Ahti singing on the radio. More? Okay, whatever. You can sort of hear him coming over the PA. So in this zone, we don't hear that eternal chant, that thing they think is so cool. Instead, we hear Ahti, and I think that's really nice. It sort of tells you that there's something going on here that's not... It's not like the rest of the area. People here aren't chanting. It's Ahti singing. Now, in terms of how this room looks, if we're done being killed, we can talk about it a little bit. It is a really, really tall room above the pumps. And when I say above the pumps, I mean, I believe that these are the actual pumps we were fixing before. I think that that is the room we were in 20 episodes ago, and then this is the top. We went up that staircase, and I said, look how much verticality there is. I wonder if we'll ever get to go up to the top. Yep, we can. It's right here. But the top of this room is covered in mold. The bottom, not so much, but the top, yes. We've got these organic projections out from the wall. They're even, like, doing some shuttering. These are pretty good. Make use of the organic nature of your organic levels to create some motion. This is probably just a shader effect, so it's really quite cheap. And we get all sorts of like boulders and stuff off to the side to create a little shallow valley. And I've told you before, shallow valleys are the name of the game when you're working with organic shapes. Players will naturally understand that they're supposed to follow them. They also provide some level of defense from enemies firing projectiles at you. Here we can see that this room is not just you know, concrete walls. This is a room that's been carved out of the rock, and they didn't bother to really put up every single wall. They left a lot of just rock. Now I got a couple of options. We could go that way, or we could go over there into the middle and see what the middle has to offer. Let's go this way first. Go! Ah, look at this. It's all broken up. I really like when people do this with their level design, when they're not afraid to create some chop. I think it works really well. You have to be careful not to confuse the player as to where they're allowed to stand or whatever, but I don't think this is very confusing. I think this is just pretty cool. Now let's check out the middle area here. At the very least, we've got some loot to grab. I thought we did. Maybe we didn't. Oh no, there it is. I'm going through this particular set of episodes with a really bad shoulder. I screwed it up. So, I can't turn my head, and it's a little bit hard for me to focus. So pardon me if we're being a little bit strange here and there while I try to figure out what's going on. And of course, as always, ocean view. Let's take a look around first. So I believe that this is the column we came down. So if we jump down there, we're just going to be going back into the main room. There's no reason to do that. And I don't believe there's anything over here. No. So let's go see what the ocean view has for us. I don't remember this particular iteration, but presumably it'll have an actual ocean view, since that's kind of the point of this particular jaunt. Ati's coming in over the radio. He's talking this time. Hello. I guess we're supposed to deal with the clock, but we don't really have any guns or anything, so how we deal with it, don't know. Let's ring the bell again, see what happens. Alright, so we got some things to interact with, all radios. So here we're learning that Ati's voice has some kind of effect. If we tune all of the radios to his voice, good things happen. This is actually pretty fun, because in the future we find out that Ati has a lot of interesting powers related to his presence. A TV with his face on it will calm beasts and all sorts of stuff like that. It's great. I think that's all we had to do. Seems a little bit dry. It wasn't really any puzzle or anything. Yep. Ati cleared out the clock. He didn't clean up, though. What? Did I not? I thought I grabbed the key. Did I miss it? Did I grab something that wasn't a key without realizing it? Oh dear. Now I'm going to be boring because I don't actually know what I just did and why. I've gotten so used to grabbing the key with the black triangle on it that I presumed this was also a case of me grabbing the key with the black triangle on it. Is it this door? Yeah. Clever. Funny. I like it. That's good. Oh, this looks like the Black Rock Quarry to me. We got some things to save, some levels, all sorts of stuff to deal with here. Now, this has been going on for 15 minutes, and so I think we'll stop there. I think this was a little bit uninteresting for one of these. We didn't really get to talk a lot about level design. But I did need to make sure that you understood what was going on with us chasing Ahti. We'll get back to it later.